Last time on Superstar Challenge. 1 unfinished basement. 1 anxious homeowner.
This is the basement.
Tell me what you'd like.
Some kind of sitting room, family room, entertainment room.
6 different estimates to determine who'll stay and who'll go.
Okay.
We have the room to play with it, so let's bring him out of it. Like, get rid of your old furnace.
You have a structural problem.
Between what the judges saw and the homeowner thought,
So you probably wouldn't hire him?
No.
Richard was gone.
That I have to let you go today.
Came down to the homeowner, and she said that she wouldn't leave you alone in her house.
Wow.
Now leaving just 5 to vie for this year's Superstar title. To make a living as a handyman today, you have to have a true understanding of the phrase, time is money. Any ace handyman knows how long a job should take, be it a few days, a few hours, or even a few minutes. That's how they make their profits. Today, our 5 remaining contestants will take part in a unique race to the finish. They'll have to try to complete 3 simple jobs in about this much time. As always, the handyman with the worst performance will be cut. Right from their wake-up call, the finalists could sense that from here on in, it looked like this competition was starting to change.
The mood on the way in today was tense. There was only 5 guys left, so we all fit in one car.
As a group, we're not really at each other's throats, but there's certainly an element of you really better get on your game or you're just not going to stay. So we're all feeling a little on edge, and we all know could be anybody, any day.
Today it all rests on this specially designed Handyman obstacle course, where the finalists must demonstrate their ability to perform 3 basic handyman tasks. At station number 1, it's all about roofing, or in this case, shingling a small doghouse. At station number 2, the contestants must hang a standard closet door from the kit provided. And at station number 3, all 5 finalists must install a bathroom toilet atop a mock wooden floor. The catch? They have just 15 minutes at each stop, and for the first time, the judges will be witnessing and noting every step the contestants take.
I thought it was insanity. Thought there's no way to get these done, but I guess that wasn't the point. It was just to see how well you can do with the time, and that's fair.
We just threw our hands up in the air and said, well, most you can do is spend 15 minutes trying not to look like too much of a loser.
Okay, handyman. On your marks, get set, go!
Just getting my starter line set up here so everything will be nice and straight.
This is going to show, do they have it? Can they move it? Can they shake it? Can they think on their feet? When you're restricted to time, imagine, you're sweating, you're hot, you have to think, you're gonna make mistakes. How are you gonna compensate? How are you gonna fix it? We're walking around and judging them.
This would be over here, would it not be?
And obviously, it was to show us what skill they had or didn't.
4 nails per shingle through the tar on the way in. Who knew?
And how fast they could pull this off.
These are 3 basic things that I think that handymen would be requested to do. A little bit beyond the average knowledge of a homeowner.
Most shingles these days have these little tabs.
What you do is you fold them in. They sit right on top of the other one.
Just like that, holds it up.
I think it was a good challenge to see what their skills really were.
Especially when they realize just how fast 15 minutes goes when so much is at stake. 5 minutes.
From the time the gun started, I was just going, sweating. I was sweating like a dog. Just pounding the nails and going as fast as I could. The handiwork, it was a little suspect. I think the dog would have been okay, though.
Done some shingling before, but I just sort of wasn't real. I was thinking like speed, speed, speed. In hindsight, I should have just slowed right down, taken my time and lined everything up properly.
I took my time. You know, I wanted to do it the way I knew how to do it. I just decided to roll with it. Felt like 2 minutes had passed
Okay, everyone, 10 seconds left.
when she said, put down your tools and go to the next one.
Drop your tools. Drop your tools. Let's go. Next station. Clearly, stage 1 of the obstacle course was a struggle for everyone.
I just knew I had messed up. I had bombed. So I just went inside to just get a breath for a second.
Jordan, out of the doghouse. But today, there's no rest for the weary, and it's on to stage 2. At stage 2, it's all about hanging a standard closet door from the kit provided. Again, they have just 15 minutes to get as much done as they can.
Never have I hung a door, and I wasn't keeping pace very well. I think with the door one, everyone had troubles.
I was trying to read the instructions first and take my time. I kind of got flustered. I started to put the frame up and realized that the frame was wrong. I was kind of fumbling.
Yeah, learn by the seat of your pants.
I was lost because I'd never hung one of these door kits. So I just kind of looked around, see what everyone else was doing. I pulled out the instructions and had a quick read and put it together the best I could.
Those are hinges.
Ah, that's what they are. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
glad to help.
Good, thank you. Appreciate that. Good.
I was having some troubles. 5 minutes into the door thing, my door frame fell apart. So I had to start over again.
Glenn was the only contestant who seemed to know what he was doing. In fact, he did it well enough to discover the materials provided were actually wrong.
I got the jam done. I got the door on. When I mounted the door jam fell out, and that's when I realized the nails provided were too short.
Nails aren't long enough. Door's not holding.
Mike Holmes was there, and he says, Glenn, improvise, improvise. So I'm thinking, I had roofing nails on.
Do whatever you can do. Use your imagination.
But even the roofing nails weren't long enough.
Okay, 10 seconds, everyone.
The door's upside down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your tools. On to the next station.
When the challenge was over, my door was barely even begun. I don't think anybody did a really good job on it.
But for the judges, it wasn't the poor job done that was the most worrying issue.
I think what I was expecting to see was exactly what I saw.
Any normal, guy would take an hour, even a professional. But, even in 20 minutes, at least whatever you're doing, do it right. Nobody except for Glenn got it right.
Who's the superstar?
They're on the clock and they're under pressure. It's skills day at the Handyman Challenge, and through 2 stages of a specially designed obstacle course, 15 minutes each to shingle a doghouse and hang a door, it's clear this time the contestants are really up against it.
To be quite honest, I was blown away by what was happening out there. I thought that most of these guys had a few more skills than what they did.
But of course, there's still a chance to redeem themselves. The last stage of the challenge means the last chance for everyone to keep their Superstar Challenge dreams alive. Again, the contestants have only 15 minutes to install a bathroom toilet atop a mock wooden floor.
I was pretty calm going to that one because it was a job I'd done before, but I nicked the side of it with the hacksaw.
That's pretty much it.
I had water leaking all over the place. My pants were blue. Mike was standing right there watching it and laughing at me.
I knew it was going to leak.
Luckily, I tested it and found the problem and got it solved before the time was up.
Can somebody pass me a magazine, some reading material? Oh, thanks, Mike.
I was going pretty good till I put the top on backwards. I didn't really notice it until someone pointed it out.
Man, the stuff I'm learning? Okay, good.
Okay, now I have to see if anyone else needs help.
I didn't have a clue what I was doing, which was quite obvious. I also am going to start with the instructions, seeing how I've never done this before. But a little help from the judges, they steered me in the right direction.
That looks better, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I started off good, put my wax ring on, dropped my toilet, started tightening down. I put my tank on, I looked down, I said, I got it on backwards. I had the bowl on backwards. I felt kind of silly, but hey, you make mistakes when you're rushing.
Okay, everyone, 10 seconds left. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The race is over! So there you have it, folks. 3 mini challenges, 3 mini disasters. Today, more than most, the judges really have their work cut out for them. It's now time for them to take an even closer look at how the 5 finalists did at each stage of the course.
Jordan, 10 years experience? You kind of surprised me. It didn't show that he has 10 years experience.
There's a guy who keeps telling us he comes from a family of construction. We're just like Mike and I go, what are you doing? They're too high.
For the shingles, his nails were too high. The wind's gonna take the shingles and blow them away. His rain lines were not perfectly parallel.
It's a no-brainer. They have all the tabs.
Yeah.
When it came to the door, he didn't know where to start.
His door was upside down, and I said to Mike, I said, don't say anything, don't say anything. Just see if he picks up, but Mike couldn't take it anymore. He was...
Give me a hand. The door's upside down. Oh, you know, he seemed to have done a toilet before. He missed the washers in the tank, and I wrote down on my pad, it will leak. Sure enough, it did, but he had time to fix it, and he did.
The next work to be reviewed is Williams.
No, he's trying his best, and I think he had the idea, but he was fighting with it.
William was really lost. Wasn't that bad, wasn't the worst, but obviously never shingled before.
Nor, obviously, had he ever hung a door.
Not a clue. He tried. He had a lot of trouble on the door.
Aren't these supposed to be pretty easy to install?
Absolutely. A fast fit door is, idiot-proof.
But like most of those who struggled, there was hope to be found in stage 3, the toilet.
Toilet was not bad.
Looking good. The eagle has landed.
I think it picked up his spirits because after the shingling and the doors, I think he thought he was going home.
Ted knew that thought well. At every stage of his day, the prospect of going home was foremost in his mind.
Ted was lost right from the beginning. Got to the doghouse, didn't know what to do. He overlapped, nailed incorrectly.
Big, huge hump in the middle of his. You just don't overlap shingles.
Ted.
And look at his lines. My God, never mind the hump because he's got an overlap. Never installed the door before. Was lost, didn't know what to do. Everything was upside down. Everything was wrong. And he's not even close to being installed, Actually, this is probably the least amount of work done.
Yeah.
Way over their heads.
Made up on the toilet. I had to give him, again, a few pointers. I'm wondering what Ted does for a living, to be honest with you. I installed the tank incorrectly. The caps were incorrect. Corrected it, passed on the toilet. He did a good flush.
Ian was up next.
Yeah, you definitely look like a plumber.
Ian, he had all kinds of trouble, right from the beginning.
Again, here's a guy I thought would have pulled up his socks and should know how to do this.
Ian only got the one side, slightly off on his lines.
The alignment was out a little bit.
When it came to the door, he was lost. So much bow in it, not even close to level. When it came to the toilet, I knew he wasn't gonna make it.
So if we hire one of these guys, we're going to have like a hotline to one of you guys?
Don't ask him to install a toilet for you, okay?
Glenn's work was the last to be reviewed.
And Glenn was the only guy that really got it.
Glenn did excellent. Right from the beginning. Shingling, he did the best. Obviously done this before.
Did you do anything wrong?
No. Hanging the door. Started with the hinge side. Totally correct, got the door in place. Minor issue with the nails not being long enough, but he worked with what he had. Had a little bit of trouble with the toilet. By the end of it, perfected it, but unfortunately scratched his toilet. And always what's gonna happen when you scratch a toilet? You're gonna have to replace it.
I mean, how much does the toilet cost?
$200 minimum.
So he's out $200.
Yeah.
Who's the superstar?
After their relatively poor showing in the hands-on portion of today's challenge, the contestants have one last chance to redeem themselves by proving their overall knowledge in a fun little handyman pop quiz.
We decided to hit them all with 15 questions just to add to it to see how well they would do.
It threw me for a loop because I didn't realize that that was coming at me.
What does GFI stand for?
Can you use a latex paint over oil?
What color is a #1 Robertson screwdriver?
How many centimeters in an inch?
How thick is 6mm plastic?
Some questions had the finalists regaining their confidence.
Which is a thicker wire? Number 8 or number 14?
I feel like it's a trick question.
Probably is.
I'm gonna say 8.
Number 8. Number 8.
Thicker gauge is number 8. 8.
Correct.
Then it would disappear again, only a few questions later.
Ian, what is the standard height for a kitchen countertop?
I want to say 3 feet. I think it's 32 inches.
Wrong.
Ay, ay, ay. 42 inches.
38 inches.
30 inches. 42 inches.
Incorrect.
36.
I mean, I was surprised that these guys did not know these questions.
William, what are ice dams?
Ice dam. One occurs in St. John's Harbor every spring.
When it's all said and done, the finalists' trivia quiz performances will be taken into account for what's next. The judges' all-important deliberation on who should stay and who should go.
Jordan.
Just blew everything.
Ian did pretty good on the questions,
But his doors were just as bad as the other guys.
Ted definitely did the shingles bad. Nails in the wrong location. William had so much trouble with the door. Glenn, he aced everything. Well, let's not even talk about him.
No, you can't flog Glenn at anything today.
I think these other guys are just kind of hanging by threads.
They all hang it by threads.
Today, it wasn't necessarily about who was better and who wasn't. Glenn today was the true standout. It was the lesser of 4 evils.
Which means it's really either Ted, Jordan, William, or Ian who are now facing dismissal from the competition.
When we did the questions and answers, William and Jordan are the 2 bottom ones.
Jordan was not on my cutting block before that questionnaire. He's on my cutting block right now.
How about Ted?
I still think he's definitely a contender for personality, but it's like now we're getting to the point of, oh my God, we've got to pick one of these guys, and they have to know something. I mean, we talked about having a show of, you know, what not to do. That'd be perfect for any of these guys.
It's decision time at the Handyman Challenge, and what's been tough on the judges has been just as tough on those waiting it out.
It's like the hardest thing I've ever done.
What's so hard?
Physically, mentally, everything. I've never gone through anything like this before.
There are way easier ways to get on television?
I know a good way to get on television. Sleep with the host.
Okay, that's not going to happen. Let's see what is going to happen.
I was in going home mode. I walk in with confidence, and I'm almost in tears every time I come out of there.
10 years in the business. And what do I see? You start your shingles wrong?
You were one of my favorites to come here, and I really feel that you've let me down. I'm not seeing enough personality.
Ian, the questions. You should have known a lot more of the answers.
I probably should have.
Your toilet. You installed your tank incorrectly. You scratched your toilet. You were not square to the wall. The caps were incorrect. I think you did pretty bad.
Of course, what they had to say to Glenn was the easy part.
And today, I mean, I'll give it to you, you did shine. But I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I don't know if we can do a show around you. Okay. Just because you're a nice guy, it doesn't mean that you go on. These 2 guys think we should stay.
2 out of 3. Yay!
For everyone else, it's going down to the wire.
Jordan, I mean, I'm going to put you out of your misery really quickly. You're out. According to me. These guys think that you should stay. So you're staying. 1 more day.
And don't take this personally, but I'm gonna let you stay.
These guys think that your personality, and so do I, will get you through to another day. You'll have another day to impress us.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Which means only one thing.
We have 5 guys right now. We got to choose one. And unfortunately, you got to go today. And I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's a good run.
Thank you very much. I was given several opportunities to, quote unquote, pull my socks up. I guess I just couldn't pull them up, you know? I can't begrudge judges for not thinking I'm the guy for this show. They have an idea in their head and I just don't match it.
We have asked him for the last 3 days, where is the guy in the video? Because he was the guy to beat in that video that he sent in. At the end of the day, you gotta say, look, there's 4 other guys here that really, really want this. And, you know, we're gonna have to let you go.
You know, we're throwing guys into a whirlwind here from morning to late at night. They don't know where they're going, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know what to wear. I think he gave up. I think he had it.
Superstar.